Sitting on a park bench one day, you came down and sat next to me. You had my heart fluttering, baby, like a pair of butterfly wings. I seemed to talk for hours about everything we knew. And when you went away, baby, Lord, right then I knew that there's only one woman for me. You showed me things I'd never seen. Oh, baby, you drive me crazy. There's only one woman for me. It's been 2 years, baby. Oh, you're standing there. I see the love in your eyes, wind blowing through your hair. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, the love we shared. And I knew in my heart, baby, none would ever compare. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I've never seen. You drive me crazy, and there's only one woman for me. We talk for hours, made love on the beach. You are my dream, my only fantasy. Then one summer day, my darling, you went away. You flew up to heaven, you see, got your own pair of wings. Though it broke my heart, I remember everything you taught. There would never be another woman that could mend his heart. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I've never seen. Whoa, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. You show me things I've never seen. Whoa, baby, you drive me crazy. And there's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me. There's only one woman for me.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
12.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Monday. As we turn the corner to end January 2023. Excuse my appearance.
We still got a whole nother week before we end January
Yeah,
2023.
we're right there. It's right there.
Today's the 23rd. You got some more days, though, there. Magic Man over there behind the glasses.
Yes, and I went to the eye doctor first time in a long time.
How'd it go?
100%. Everything's good to rock and roll.
Nice.
I was shocked. He says, not bad. And, you know, the readers that I get from the dollar store, he says, they're working. and they tested it and everything else. He says, I got 20/25 vision. He says, we don't want to touch nothing.
Great.
Leave it alone.
Nice.
See you next year.
Perfect.
And they put me through a lot of tests. I am very happy. But I look like the Blues Brothers because the dilated my eyes and the lights sort of.
It's better when they don't have us as zoomed in. Thank you guys for backing it out a little bit.
I know. What is it with that?
I think they have like a zoom feature on the camera, and only Josh knows how to work it. So I guess Josh is on the board. Happy Monday to you.
That's a whole lot.
It's a whole lot.
Listen, I want to just thank you for hooking up the deal on Saturday night. What a presentation. What a band. What the food.
Amazing.
What. A lot of whats.
I can't wait to
Unbelievable.
see the kids put a post-production together on it. We were at Pub at the Hub at Space of Mind.
A lot of people.
Over 200 people had to be there.
It was a nice turnout. She did finish the kitchen. We were there on Tuesday. I didn't think she was ever going to do that. I see. Thank you, Josh.
Ray Charles.
Is that who I look like, Ray Charles?
The great Ray Charles. But she finished it. It was an amazing night. The band, Experimento, the amount of food from all the restaurants around, plus their kitchen and everything that they did. I've never seen a charcuterie board the size of a pool table until Saturday
And
night.
there were like 5 boards.
Unbelievable what they had done.
Unreal. And that band that they have, those kids are all Latino.
From Miami?
Yeah. And they all speak Spanish. The trumpet and the sax, not the sax, the trombone, the trumpet and trombone player. I always wanted to play the trumpet. And I had braces in junior high school. They didn't let me. And I was listening, and my God, they were clean. They were clean throughout, and they played for 3 hours.
They did not. They took a break to eat and then go right back. We didn't even get really a chance to talk to them.
We didn't because they were up on stage, but what a turnout. Congratulations to Space of Mind. Your daughter did an outstanding job
Thank you.
of putting that whole thing together. I gotta tell you, you gotta tip your hat when somebody does something really nice because they always point out when you don't. But what, from the front to the back, everything in between was just outstanding.
Everyone was nice. The food was great. That crown lady making crowns and the music and a whole lot of interaction. And all the money went to a good cause. All the money went back to the community classroom project for that kitchen, for the community. Man, do we meet some fantastic people, I got to tell you.
And the lady with the crowns, somebody walked in.
Hello,
Sally's.
Sally's.
Sally, how are you? So the lady
on
with
in.
the crown, I met her in the morning on Saturday.
That
at
is the
10
funniest
o'clock
story.
At the dollar store. We went to buy hangers. And we bought these little owls. And I'm waiting in line to pay for them. And she says, my God, where'd you get those? Those are the cutest thing. Bah, 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 bah. I told her aisle 6, yada, yada. So I'm standing in the front waiting for the crew to come. And here comes the same lady. And she's on the phone. And she lowers the phone. She says, you? Didn't I just meet you? I go, yeah. So it's a small world.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Nice crowns. We call them in Spanish la corona, which is the flower beds and stuff. Very nice. Nice people.
Great event.
Artists were nice. Ali did a fantastic job.
It was a great event. So check it out for more information. You can always donate or check out yourccp.org or spaceofmind.com.
That's right. And if you want to take your kid there to go to school, and they have an adults, something they're doing with adults.
They do after hours for adults. They do food, they do cooking, they do arts and crafts, they do sip and paint, a whole lot of things they do for the community. You know what I heard, speaking of community, that Delray Marketplace is closing. So they say temporarily because they're putting in 2 new anchor stores, but all of that food hall, everything is shutting down as of the
How long?
29th. Did not say.
Well, I can tell you the lunchbox is opening. She's going to open up
At Space of Mind?
at Space of Mind, the lunchbox. And I said the cafe would love to be part of that. It's an amazing concept, and you can rent out the space. You can put a band in there. I want to do it for JC
It was fun.
and see what happens because JC brings out numbers.
It was a great event. And then yesterday, I got to go up to Onesimo Fine Art Gallery. Remember, we got to interview Alexandra Nikita last week.
How can you forget?
And I went up to the gallery in Palm Beach. I haven't been up to Palm Beach, I can't even remember as an adult if I've ever really been to Palm Beach. What a beautiful, beautiful area Palm Beach is. On Sunday, everything's closed. There are a few things open here and there. but the
How was the
gallery was
gallery? Yeah.
spectacular. But I got there, so I drove up there because we were running a little late. So you know me, like Mario Andretti.
Yes.
And then it's all parallel parking. So I have to play cool, like, all right, I know what I'm doing.
How many tries
Oh,
did it
wait,
take?
no.
Oh, no.
By the grace of God and my Archangel Gabriel, a spot opens whoop, right over there. And what do? Back it right on in. Perfect. Chuck about had a freaking heart attack because he said, who are you?
Don't you have a button that parks the car?
No. Not only did I find the space, I actually parked parallel parking in it.
I'm shocked.
So was I. But I'm like, yeah, I got this.
Lotto time.
I got this. But the event, the gallery, I sent you some pictures. Oh my gosh, how they were able to curate this entire collection. 80 pieces came
Of hers?
of hers.
Wow.
They didn't have room for about 15. They're still in the warehouse. It's going to be there until the end of the month, and then they're going to divide it between the two galleries. They've got one in West Palm Beach Gardens, and one on Palm Beach Island. And then they're going to divide it up for a little bit. From sculptures, from pictures this size to pictures the size of the wall to sculptures. You saw some of the sculptures. Amazing.
Those are all hers.
Incredible.
And they brought that in from California.
It was all sent. Some of it had been here since before the pandemic because it was supposed to be shown 2.5 years ago. Everything shut down, so they kept a lot of it on display. So they had some of it already here, and then the rest was brought in.
Very nice.
Pretty amazing.
Is she as amazing in person as she was on the TV?
So authentic, so open, and oh my gosh, I knew you looked familiar. She was great.
What did you bring her today?
She was hanging out with some friends down in Miami for her little vacation. You know, she's still a mom wanting to
Listen,
head back to see her kids.
I-95, you got to go past the studio to go to Miami. So I'm saying.
But it was great. The exhibit's going to be at Onesimo Fine Art Gallery through January 31st. So go check it out. And I spoke to them. I told them all about the radio station. They said, wow, we're always looking for talk radio and ways to advertise. So we'll reach out and talk to them as well.
That's an important aspect. And they have the goods. You know, it's
Oh
not
my
easy
gosh.
to get a solid place to visit that has art.
Well, you saw how all the art was curated Saturday night. So imagine doing this in the gallery, right? Everything has to be hung specifically, perfect, in alignment, no extra holes in the wall, no nothing. It's amazing how they did it all.
You mean you don't
flawlessly.
hide the holes behind a painting?
No, flawlessly is all I
Well,
can
that's
say.
why the professionals are the professionals.
Exactly.
Freddie uses crazy glue. But other than that, you had a good time? You did?
Had a good time.
Nice. And she was there till 5?
She was there until 5. I didn't get there till about 4:15, but it was kind of a perfect amount of timing. We
Very
got to go
nice.
in, and they had hors d'oeuvres, and they had champagne and drinks for everybody, and just a meet and greet with the artist. And she was open to talking to everyone. Amazing woman.
Very nice. Very nice.
We got a nice set here. We've got Sally. We've got Call Me Zena. She's going to be doing her show today at 3. And our good friend, host of the Latin Hustle, we've got Karen joining us. And then I think we've got some music by Rob Evans. He's coming in. He's going to be in concert this week right here in Boca Raton.
We're going to find out
And
all
Bax
about
is going to
that.
be bringing him in. So a few things happening.
All good stuff. on the
So,
up and up.
you know, there was a tarot card reader. Sally, I'm thinking of you because there was a tarot card reader at this event Saturday night.
Yeah.
And there was a line out the door for her all night long, right?
Yeah.
So there's line out the door, and finally the crew all goes, and then you go, and then I went. And she says to me, first, my thing was the Ace of Swords, number 1. Clarity, Archangel Gabriel, here we go again, right? He's always with me. Then I pull the 8 of Wands. She said, every person that works for you pulled the 8 of Wands. She said, it's unbelievable. She says, and you pulled it also, about creativity and new project. Not only was that funny, though, the fact that they were wands, I thought was kind of, you know, a whole kind of pun on words, no pun intended on my wands. And then it went through, and I had a lot of swords, a lot of protection, a lot of clarity, a lot of moving things out that did not serve me, a lot of swords. Josh had a good
you
reading.
went after me.
I went after you. Did you have any swords?
Of course.
Okay.
I had 2 cards of swords. But the funny thing is that she says to me, why do I keep seeing these young people in here and now you, and you're pulling all the same cards? I go, I don't know, you tell me. And what happens is at the end she gave me the king card. Did you get the king card of cups? And it's sort of, she says, now it begins to make sense.
I
'cause
had the cups in the middle.
I had it at the end. She says it anchors all of the different ideas and the different shows and You have to protect yourself against this and this and that. But it was a fascinating moment.
A lot of swords.
A lot of wands. Forget the sword.
Wands, swords,
Wands.
kind of
Ideas.
everything that we get to do here, right?
It was a fun night, and it was worth the wait. She was a nice lady.
So we'll bring
Hopefully
her
she's
in.
gonna call us and come in so we can share the story a little bit more. Now, the most fascinating story of the night was the 72-year-old lady who had all these children.
Yes.
17 grandchildren.
7 children.
7 children. And I'm not going to use her name because we don't have permission, but this particular person was married to a somebody in the business. And we were talking about, because that person's passed on, and her husband died. We were talking about she wanted 12 children. And I'm sitting there, I go, I wanted 12 children. I got 2, she got 7.
Absolutely beautiful woman.
Independent births, not like a twin.
And
She's
then
a twin.
and her eldest son was there. He's like, "Hey, Mom." She's 72.
She looks like she's
beautiful,
38.
Right?
It's unbelievable.
Beautiful woman, but an amazing foundation that they have established. A lot of great foundations are represented there.
There was a ton of foundations there. And the chefs were there, all the different foods were there from Dada, all over the place. And you know something? I forgot to tell you that the chef called me. And what did he give me? It's in my pocket.
I'm afraid. You hear all that jingling in his pocket? Oh, from the wine room. Did he call you?
Yes, apparently I was there when they opened. I didn't realize this. It was right next to, a little bit south of Johnny Brown's. And I have a corkscrew and everything else in here.
You walk
For
around
the-
with a corkscrew in your pocket?
Well, she has a bottle opener.
I got a fresh pot of coffee made for you ladies right over there. We do not need the bottle opener for.
There's beer.
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, let's see how
Do you want to
everybody's...
use my bottle opener?
No, I don't think Sally wants a bottle opener. Maybe
You need
just
my
a cup of
bottle
coffee. More to come. We've got music coming. And Sally
Scare the
and
hell out of
Karen. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, Open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Melberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Melberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
How do you like that?
That's being creative.
I like it a lot.
And we're back.
What you got? We're going to say hello to some of our friends.
Yes.
We got coffee news in the house, and the restaurants that we had last week were amazing. New York's
yes.
Best Gyro, and we had
Jerk chicken, what's his name?
amazing, right? All good.
You remember the name of the jerk chicken?
I'm thinking about it. His name was
Something with a
Rohan.
P?
His name was Rohan, so I got to look up the name of that. Oh, I forgot, what's he saying? Rohan Taylor, Yad Proper, thank you. I see all these letters in my head, but there it is, Yad Proper. Nice guy.
Nice, we have to do something special with them.
And the art and everything. So we've got Sally here, and we've got Karen. Sally, how was your weekend?
It was quiet but good. I was able to rest a bit, so I feel better from my fall.
Good, it's been
Yeah.
a couple weeks. I'm glad you're
I have
better.
a message. You need to wave your wand one more time. Great. Okay.
Good?
They've arrived.
They're here. As long as I can bring them in with my 8 wands. Imagine if I had 8 wands with me.
No, just that one is doing it.
Okay.
It's good, yeah.
I'm going to bring them all in for you.
Right.
So you had a nice weekend?
Yes. It was just quiet. Very nice. Mhm.
And when they all come
What
to you,
did I do?
so
I can't
you
remember.
remember you gave me all these messages Friday morning?
Yes.
So I was
Yeah.
kind of prepared for how my Friday evening was going to go. And sure, as Sally told me, there it was.
We almost got out. We almost made it through.
We almost made it through. But Sally said, here we go. And I kept saying, all right, I know you're with me. I'm going to get through these phone calls. I'm going to get through all this mud that I was walking through Friday night. But we got through, and by Saturday,
Yeah,
things
because
seemed
I
to settle
felt at the
down.
moment that I walked in here. But I'm glad I gave you the message because you were able to handle whatever it was.
A little bit better, yes. At least I
Yes.
knew they were with me. I was a
Great.
little more prepared, so that was
Great,
helpful.
Great. Yes.
You were right on with everybody Friday.
Yeah, I was really in the zone. I am now. That's why I needed you to wave your wand. I
Put
called
you
it
back
a
in the
magic
zone?
wand, yes.
And how about you, Karen? How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I got some rest.
How you
It was
doing?
nice.
I'm excited. We've got some music coming in. We've got some good news that Katie's going to put together for the Good News Network. And Karen, after the show, you're going to be doing some new elements to get ready for the Latin Hustle.
Yes, yes.
Some
Who do you-
Spanish stuff.
Who do you have interviewing this week?
Well, I'm hoping to get my friend Patty on the show and just see what comes along this
And
week.
Thursday, I think you're going to be interviewing a doctor that was recommended to us by Morris Life. A
nice.
pulmonologist?
Very nice.
What they call it?
Phlebotomist?
No, the lung guy.
Pulmonary?
Yeah, that.
Pulmonologist.
Pulmonologist.
We're going to leave you with your glasses today.
Yes, I can't talk. I have my glasses on.
All right, and I think we've got some good news at the back of the studio. So our good news segment of the day is brought to you by Coffee News.
Well, they better put more lights on that segment.
Actually, doesn't even have a camera on, so we're not going to go to good news yet. We're going to talk to Karen and Sally a little bit more.
Well, you don't have a camera, you ain't got no lights on it.
This portion of today's show is brought to you by the Brooklyn Cafe Show Coffee, made with organic Arabica beans.
It's an Arabica bean.
This segment of the show brought to you by Brooklyn Cafe Show Coffee. I can't believe we've actually gone through a whole nother case of coffee.
How did we go through a case of coffee?
Because we have a lot of people that come through here that like our Brooklyn Cafe Show coffee.
It's funny, I did a show on Friday. The guy is a famous actor from Oz, and he asked me if it was a prop. And I go, no, it's real. And he says, you're right, it's real. So people are so funny.
So this is the year of love, apparently, according to Kenny Love. So these roses are brought to you from the Florida Love Show.
That's right. Kenny Love actually did his show on Friday. And he talked about, he had an interesting show, the way he put that together.
You liked all those videos?
I do, and it confused the whole world in terms of copyright material and this and this and that, because it was a whole line of things, so.
Here's the thing. Have you noticed there's more and more AI out there for everything?
What's AI?
Artificial intelligence. So there's AI everywhere. So now there's so much AI. There's AI, the artists are upset because they're putting out artwork that is different parameters that they're finding images from, so they've got that. Now they're coming out with ways to do writing books, poems, all limericks, you name it, you can ask your AI. It's going to be in Word, and it's going to populate all of this information. Here's the problem. Kids that are going to school.
What about them?
They're going to be able to use this AI, but they're not supposed to be using the AI. So you know how we used to have to footnote everything in a bibliography from outside sources? Theoretically, there's going to be a watermark across the AI information that's brought up that people use in research papers, if in fact anyone's looking for it.
You know, it's funny. I went to college and I took up calculus. Calculus is the diameter measurement of a circle, allegedly. This is what they tell me. I don't know. Now I have an app that if I need a calculated calculus number, you hit it, you give it parameters, and it calculates it for you.
Yep.
Just like anything else.
A lot of new things coming out in the AI world. In schools, colleges, they're trying to prohibit it, but they're not going to be able to because it's going to be built into Microsoft Word. So there's really no way around it unless the students start actually noting, like a notation that they're using it.
Do you remember doing long math?
Sure.
Division and stuff? You don't need any of that no more. You got a phone, you go, what's million divided by, and it comes right up.
You got to learn it. You know how your phone died Saturday night? Just went
Did you
black?
see that?
Mine had done that here in the studio. Apparently my dad's did the same thing. I don't know what's happening with the updates. That happened to me here also.
I mean, it did not come back to life, and then it came back to life.
So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we ready for some good news? Yeah.
Is that segment ready? Yeah. Oh,
all right, let's see what the good news is happening on this Monday morning.
This is Katie. I don't know why I said it like that, but so for today's good news, I have 3 stories that are very interesting. So I'm going to first start off with a story on McDonald's. So yesterday, a McDonald's customer was mistakenly given a bag of apparently thousands of dollars in cash instead of their food. The customer's bag contained thousands of dollars in cash instead of the sausage McMuffin that they actually ordered. So it's a little confusing, but that happened. The customer's name is Josiah Vargas. He received the cash and that he had ordered, and this was shown on TikTok on a video. And he was trying to figure out what to do with the bag of money, and he decided to come back to the restaurant, and he gave the money back to the workers, and they were very happy and expressed their gratitude. They were crying and all that stuff. I'm very thankful for what he did to give back. So that's the first article. The second article is about a tiny Alabama town was shocked to learn about a farmer and U.S. veteran that had secretly paid people's pharmacy bills for a decade. So after hearing of his neighbor's inability to afford their medications, he handed Brooke Walker, who is the owner of Geraldine Drugs, a $100 bill. Sorry, I almost dropped my phone. And the quote, he said, here, this $100. This $100 is for anyone who can't afford their prescription. He also said, do not tell a soul that the money came from me. So, having some... What?
He died and it leaked out. And everyone from the town was so touched because he had saved so many people for their medications that they all came together and they funded for the money to continue to go back to this pharmacy to give to those who need.
Wow.
Yep. Nobody knew. His wife didn't know. His kids didn't know. When he passed, it got out.
Wow, that's a tremendous story.
$100 a week he would give them.
Wow. Wow.
All right, and then for our third and final news story for today, it's on reducing the harmful health effects of sitting, to take a 5-minute walk every half hour. So there is a study that says that 5 minutes of walking every half hour was enough. Some days they sat for the whole 8 hours, only getting up, rising for bathroom breaks, which is kind of crazy. It is crazy.
Think about how many people that do that on a Sunday. You lay on the couch all day except to go to the bathroom and to eat.
I can't even imagine doing that, but...
Freddie, exactly what I'm thinking.
There's a quote that said, we found that a 5-minute walk, light walk every half hour was the only strategy that reduced blood sugar levels substantially compared with sitting all day. And that is all the good news that we have for today.
Nice job.
Back to you.
I like that.
5 minutes every half hour. In between show breaks, you got to get up.
I'm thinking of bringing in a punching bag.
Why?
Because I read somewhere that if you exercise with a punching bag, it stimulates your heart and your arms, and you got to use your feet. And if you do it for 5 minutes, I got to do something.
Yeah.
In between the breaks.
You can walk around for 5 minutes. You
Where
can walk
am I gonna
outside.
Where am I gonna walk?
Go walk outside.
I'm gonna walk outside.
Walk down to Sunny Stop. Walk back. Walk
Between
to Dunkin' Donuts.
commercial break?
Not between. No, well, no, not between commercial breaks.
So every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes.
Every
you said?
30 minutes, got to get up and walk for 5 minutes.
Now, what happens? I want to ask you guys, what would happen if you went to McDonald's and you had? Do you know how much the money was?
Thousands of dollars.
What would you do with it? No, nobody knew you had it. Nobody knew you had it.
I know.
What would you do with it?
I would give it back.
What would you ladies do with it? What would you do with it?
I would probably also give it back. I mean, I think that this story already is crazy enough that someone was mistakenly given a bag full of thousands of dollars instead of their food. So I was
Can you imagine the employee that gave it?
Yeah, I'm really confused on the whole story, on like if they did it on purpose or if it was actually a mistake.
They were probably taking the money to the bank, and you sort of
Maybe.
want to change how you do
Yeah.
that. You don't want to always walk around with the bank bag. And,
Yep.
But what would you do? Would you give it back?
I mean, I would definitely give it back because I mean, it was their money, but.
And if you don't give it back, there's a camera somewhere that's showing that
Yeah.
the money bag went into your car and your license plate. They're going to come find you anyway.
Which
they're
is,
gonna
you
go
tell
find
them,
you.
You tell them, fine, here's the bag. There was nothing in it. They didn't see anything
He
in
goes,
that
yeah.
bag, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know.
That's either Josh or Abraham. I don't know which one.
Now opportunity knocks, and somebody's gonna answer. Now, my sister did one day. We were living in the Heights, and she had a bank, whatever the name of the bank was. And she comes to me, and she looked like she got mugged. I said, "What's the matter with you?" And in the day, they had these books, bank books, and they made a mistake, and they deposited $200,000 in her bank. So she sits down, and she says, "Where'd this money come from?" I go, "I don't know." She says, "What do I do?" I said, well, obviously we got to go back to the bank and tell them it was a mistake. If it was $2, but 200,000 you couldn't hide. So we go to the bank and we say, this is a mistake. And the bank fights with her. It's not a mistake, Mrs. Kaz. That's your money. We don't make mistakes.
She said, okay, it's all mine.
So I said to her, Mimi, write me a check. I'll take the 200,000 off your hands. They don't want it. It's all good. So the third day, she gets a phone call. Oh, Mrs. Kaz, we're so sorry. We made a mistake. She had to go in and she had to sign some paperwork that they made the mistake. So I said, good, let's see if they'll give us a reward for turning it in. No, thank you. Have a nice day.
They should have given you something for that.
Not even nothing, because they didn't want to, somebody must have gotten fired for doing that.
Human error, as your son always says.
Human error.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back at the top of our 1 o'clock hour, we've got a special music performance by Rob Evans joining us. So I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Get all the information. He's going to be here live in concert this week. More to come.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight, guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You're not just one damn thing. Shake me up, they say all that you do.
finding what is true. Fall on me with open arms. Fall on me from where you are. Fall on me with all your light, with all your light, with all your light. Soon you will find what your heart wants to know. Don't give up hope, for I know you are close. And all you have ever dreamed, wish you could ever be, is waiting to find you wherever you go. Believe in yourself every step that you take. Know I am smiling with pride every day. My love is forever true, stronger than stone. Don't be afraid, you are never alone. Fall on me from where you are. Fall on me with open arms. Fall on me with all your light, with all your light, with all your light, with all your light. I close my eyes and I'm seeing you everywhere. I step outside, it's like I'm breathing you in the air. I can feel you there. Fall on me with open arms. Fall on me from where you are. Fall on me with all your light, with all your light, with all your light, with all your
Wow.
Speechless.
Rob Evans, Baxton Sumner. Wow, that was amazing, you guys. Baxton,
Amazing.
we got to get you a mic. Rob, it is such an honor to have you here with us. Baxton has rave reviews to say about you all the time. You see the resemblance?
I see it. Absolutely.
But Rob is here. There's a great event happening tonight and tomorrow night at Spanish River Church. It's called Boundless Virtuosity. And what a cast you have going on for tonight. Tell us about the concert tonight, Rob.
Yeah, it's really special. I'm glad to be down here. It's been years since I performed at Spanish River Church, but I come from the Broadway world. I was with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra for 20 years, and then I created my own show, Rocktopia, which I brought to Broadway and to Budapest for PBS. And my whole jam is that I was classically trained as a singer, but I ended up starring in 10 Broadway shows. Always wanted to be a rock star, though. That's the thing, but I have this big voice. So with Paul O'Neill and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, we kind of created a lane, and I was able to get 6 platinum records out of that band, which is a rock band. But I have this crazy lane, and I worked with Jim Steinman for years, who created Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, and wrote all, about 50 million sold records. And I found this lane of kind of theatrical rock. And so my idea with Rocktopia, and this is very much like Boundless Virtuosity is that, you find these wonderful artists that are genre-crossing artists. So having performed at Madison Square Garden as well as the State Opera House in Hungary, Hungarian State Opera House, it was, really neat to be able to do something like that. So these 5 musicians, one is a virtuosic violinist, Philip Pugatti, and a Natalie Tenenbaum, who is this amazing concert pianist and composer. Beata Lipska lives in Israel, but from Poland, and she's a major opera singer. And then Andrew Ragon starred in The Phantom, and is also kind of a genre-crossing singer. So we're all coming together with 25-piece orchestra at the Spanish River Theater tonight at 8, and tomorrow night at 8. And I think, we're doing everything from Rachmaninoff to Mozart to Procol Harum to, Sound of Music. And it's a really cool concept, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Maestro Tomer Adani is the one that put all of this together, and he is the musical director for the Spanish River Concert Series.
How long has this been putting together, this whole concept? Because you've got a lineup of unbelievable
No, they're heavy hitters.
talent.
Yeah, we're all
and
pretty.
to have them right here in our backyard is unheard of.
Well, that's
What
the
a
neat
gift
thing
it
about
is.
what you've got here in South Florida, right? I mean, a bunch of New Yorkers who love to come down here and escape, and but from all over the world, this cast, Israel, Poland, the U.S. and
You.
Huh?
To get you here as well. With
Well, it's funny. I only do things that I want to do now in my old age, and I had some health issues this last year. So everything. It's funny when you kind of put everything into perspective and realize you just want to work with good people, right? And have a good time in doing what you do and your passion. And I was lucky to have some accolades in my career, but now I just want to sing with my nephew.
What a gift, right?
Talking about your nephew, he came here and he has sung for us over and over again. And we encourage him because we love...
No, listen, I'm a follower. I'm a fan of the show. You got to know that Lower East Village is holding, we're waving the flag for you down there on Grand Street, baby. And, co-stars will go get a bagel, and I'll think about you and go, yeah, can you find good Brooklyn bagels in Florida? I guess you can, right?
We could look for them.
We got to send them, but
I have to send some down.
Send some bagels down.
Absolutely.
Such an honor to have you here. Were you on Broadway during the pandemic or right before?
I was. Nobody was on Broadway during the pandemic.
Right before it happened, though, were
was
you
close.
in this whole?
I
of
brought my
everything shutting
own
down?
show. That was kind of a really amazing moment for me because 30 years ago I got my debut in Les Miserables at the Broadway Theater on Broadway in 1992, and to bring my own show, Rocktopia, which is the idea of if Mozart or Beethoven were alive today, they'd be rock stars. So, and in this kind of world where if, Freddie Mercury and Robert Plant and Jimmy Page and Brian May and we're all collaborating, they'd go over to Ludwig's home and knock on the door and say, hey, let's jam. And so, these ideas of these epic songs, mixing Kashmir, Zeppelin with Puccini, Nessun Dorma, was kind of my whole jam. And to bring that to Broadway in 2018. But the pandemic closed my project down, Rocktopia. But now we're finding that people are coming back. It's slow. And being a producer, it's rough too. But people want to gather. They want live entertainment. They want the magic of theater, and people are starting to come back. Now, I will say that one of our shows is mask required Tuesday night, mask optional tonight, mask required Tuesday night because your subscribers felt like they would feel more comfortable still having the option. So, not my favorite thing to perform with a bunch of people with surgical masks on. But I get it, and we're still going to bring the love and excited to do it.
Are there still tickets available for tonight?
I believe there are
Yes,
because,
I was
this
just
is one of those
checking.
things that they, I don't know their engine as far as like getting the word out, So I appreciate you guys having me on to promote the local series here. It's pretty great.
It's fantastic. You can go to SpanishRiverTickets.org, and you can buy the whole series, or you can just buy
And I
for
think they're
tonight.
affordable. I think it's anywhere from $40 to $60 to get a serious night of top-level entertainment of
That's the
artists.
thing. That's what it is. To have
Yeah.
this level of entertainment and virtuosity coming right here in our area, on a Monday night, and we don't have shows in production tonight.
I know. We gotta go.
We're pretty lucky
We
that
gotta
we
go.
actually do not have production
We gotta
tonight.
buy tickets. We gotta go. I gotta be there.
Well, you know people. You know me, so I'll hook you up.
There you go.
I gotta tell you, your nephew, like I started saying before, has been a godsend because he's opened up this whole area for us, and he sings and he sings. And I tell Baxton that, and today is Baxton, you know this, right? I tell Baxton that anytime he wants to sing, that he can open a show, because he shows no fear, and he wants
No
to grow
fear.
and grow and just keep going. And it's wonderful to have the two of you in here. You have no idea of what today. I can actually see now.
We weren't sure about today because you had a doctor's appointment. Baxton
Yeah.
said, I'm bringing my uncle, and we're so excited. Baxton, what's it like for you to have your uncle here?
It's overwhelming at points because, like, it's just always been a dream of mine to stand on stage with him and to sing with him. I've looked up to him for my entire life, and we've always just got each other on a different level. So this is very special to me.
Well, me as well, clearly.
He
So
is.
thanks for giving us that opportunity, and yeah, thanks for letting Baxton bring his positive creative spirit into your world. So it's pretty great.
Well, he is someone we all admire because every day, Baxton, how are you? I'm great.
Great.
I'm fantastic. Everything is wonderful. He's got the most positive outlook for all of us every single day he comes in here. How can I help you? What can I do for you? There's not
Well,
many
and I tell
people
you,
meet
know,
like
that's
him.
it's something that I'm trying to pass on to others too, because I was in a coma in April and I was intubated. I can imagine, he had hoped that he would be able to hear me sing one more time, and I got it all back, which is very, very lucky. But he was the first guy I saw when I came out of coma. He was right there in New York, Long Island at the hospital. Amazing team that saved my life, and it's pretty epic. So this positivity is real, man.
He's an incredible young man. How are you doing now? Because your voice sounds like no one would have ever known.
The body's still coming back. Was serious. They thought they were going to lose me, which is crazy. And higher power, the universe, decided to keep me around. I guess I have more to do. But what I got from it was just great perspective. And I've struggled with anxiety. Being a performer, I played Division I college football for Georgia. And then I ended up on Broadway and then in major rock band and struggled with anxiety. But now, I always go, what's the worst thing that can happen? That already happened. So I'm cool.
And I have to ask you, when you were in Georgia, great game, by the way, a couple weeks ago,
Thank
right?
you. Well, it wasn't a great game. It was a great game for us.
For Georgia.
For
but,
Georgia,
but,
yeah.
not a great game for
But
TCU.
for Georgia, it was good. Did you know then that you were going to end up on Broadway? Was that your ultimate dream to be on Broadway?
No, not at all. I always sang. I was like Baxton. I had to sing, as a kid. I thought I was going to go to law school. His mom, my sister is an attorney. We were very similar, and I thought that was going to be my path. But so I got a finance degree at Georgia and played football for Vince Dooley, the epic coach, and we just lost Coach Dooley, and he got to see me on Broadway many times, which is he said, Rob, if I'd have known you were such a good singer, I'd have saved a better place on my bench for you. But he, it's amazing that I completely lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
How did you end up on Broadway?
Oh,
from
right.
law school?
So I was dating a girl. She was a Miss Georgia, the beauty pageant girl, and she was going to singing lessons, and I was always singing this show called Les Miserables. Came through the Atlanta at the Fox in the late '80s, and I saw it, and I was like, oh gosh, everything. That's what I want to do, and so ended up in a. She was taking voice lessons. I ended up singing most of her voice lessons. And then I auditioned for an open call American Idol style for Les Miserables in Nashville. And, waited 9 hours to sing a half a song. They flew me to New York, and there I am on Broadway in Les Miserables. Crazy. I will say I worked 3 months for TGI Fridays in Times Square as a waiter. That's the only waiting job I ever had to do.
That is unbelievable. What a story. That's how you know it was meant to be, right? When things line up as easily as that.
Yeah, it's
that
crazy.
is your
And
calling.
I don't take it for granted because there's a lot of, luck involved in that. There's so many talented people. And then you think, well, I've got it made. I'm a Broadway star. No. But what was nice too is that recently I just got to do my first film, and I went, I get the same enjoyment out of acting that I do from singing, and I don't have to worry about the vocal cords as much. That can be stressful.
What's the film?
It's called Whisper. It's going to be released this year. I played in the original cast of Jekyll and Hyde, and so I like playing this dark, scary guys, and I end up, without giving too much information away, I end up being definitely the protagonist or the antagonist in this, and it originated as a short film, but now they want to blow it up. The studio wants to blow it up into a feature. So,
I was going to ask you, when you do plays, you have to act as well as sing.
Right.
So is your acting career you could have picked acting career over plays, or was
that's a good question, Freddie. I think that I am a singer. I was born a singer. When music gets in you, it's just there's something you have to do.
Right.
But I approach it all as an actor. So and because I learned in the School of Hard Knocks on Broadway with great directors and stealing from great actors, watching bad actors, and just like singers, and so if any when rock singers come to me and like, I don't think I can act, and I'm like, any great front man was a great actor. Jagger, Bowie, Freddie Mercury, Bono. These guys are telling tales. You know what I'm saying? Billy Joel, Springsteen. Dude, he's the master of telling a tale. So we just tell a tale, whether you sing it or whether you act it. It's the same jam, in my opinion.
And once you did Les Miserables, that was it. You were hooked.
Well, I wasn't hooked. I was getting paid, and
That's a
then
good hook.
It's a hook, right?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's a big hook, and then all of a sudden, kids appeared in my ex-wife's and I's lives, and we had to feed a family. So you get, what does they say? Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yep.
So I just had to figure out how to feed this family of three guys, and my wife, and so I just had to. Okay, when you think that a Broadway show runs, Wicked, Les Mis, Phantom, they run. No, they don't. Everybody, they open and close. That's what happens, and you spend all this time and energy on it, and then you're out of a job. So I've been in 10 Broadway shows. 3 of them maybe gave me some longevity in my financial. So that's why I had to start doing concerts, producing. Trans-Siberian Orchestra became a nice little yearly gift.
But you had 10, man. Some people have none.
Right, and it doesn't mean they're any less talented.
True.
It's opportunity, and I was very ambitious, and I just went, we have no money in the account. I'm living hand to mouth. I got to figure it out.
The Trans-Siberian Orchestra, one of my all-time favorites. I play it here all the time. What an unbelievable ride for you on that.
Yeah, crazy.
My brother was a big, big fan of your group.
TSO?
When I was in Puerto Rico, I asked him to send me, this is in high school, I asked him to send me some albums, and he sent me your album. I still may have that someplace. I got to look for it.
Well, it's like, in Christmas, Freddie, if I hear dun, da, 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 because, doing that on the road, and we got so big.
Yeah.
We're playing matinee and an evening in an arena every day. And, it kind of, I don't say it took the joy out of Christmas, but
Don't
it kind
come
of...
here during Christmas. The ballet studio next door.
That's all they
day
play.
long. All day, all
day.
night, every day, because all the kids are always practicing for their Christmas show.
The show is epic, beyond epic, and lightning struck, and I imagine it will go on for years and years and years because
Always.
it became that tradition, like Nutcracker or going to see the Rockettes.
Absolutely. What's next?
Rocktopia, we're doing our new version of it. I've got a Tony Award-winning writer that's writing the story. This time we didn't have a story. The first time was more just about the music and the fusion. And now we've got a story involved. I'm going to finish this film and playing the lead in a new musical. So who knows,
Not like a Netflix is not in your future. They want to make a series out of it.
I don't know. I
heard a rumor.
This one, well, they want me. It's funny, you can negotiate things like an executive producer position when you have done some stuff. Doesn't mean I'm controlling it or running the money, but I think you kind of hit it on the head. This is
Yeah.
an interesting idea, and it works in those kind of. It'd probably be like a 9-episode limited run kind of thing to see the whole arc of what my demon is and who I play, because I show up as very different guys, but. And I won't tell too much more. I'll get
stuff.
yelled at.
Can't give it all away. And after April, your perspective on life changed.
Big time.
Anxiety,
everything
better?
changed.
Can you handle anxiety better? Do you put things in perspective better?
I find it a gift in a weird way. It's a gift, and I'm an ambassador for that hospital now because they said they're going to be writing textbooks about what they did to save my life.
That's incredible.
And
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
But yeah, it's I gotta look at it that way, right? Any hard times, all the good stuff is in the mud in life, I find. And then if you can kind of just go, again, I keep saying, what's the worst thing that can happen? It happened. So
A lot of young producers in the house, college-bound graduates and everything else. I wanted you to say a couple of words about persistence, about being persistent and going for your goal, because the job you decided to make a career, not the easiest, right? I mean, you just talked about
terrible.
no money in
You
the
know what?
account.
And I love that segue that you just gave me, because I'll do a master class and I call it the business of show. And that's the first thing I say. I say, guys, if you can do anything else, go do it. This is a hard, uneven, terrible almost career. It's a curse in a way. But if you know in your heart you have to do this, then do not stop. Do not get used to rejection. Failing is part of it, and just keep being persistent. That's exactly the right thing, because there is no magic formula to any of this. But persistence, ambition, and passion, I think, are super important things for young artists and young producers. And then network. That's a big one too, man. Network. Use everybody around you. I'm trying to make myself more open to young people or to anyone to learn from my mistakes. Just like in watching acting or working with anyone, we always learn, don't we? We try to. If we're open to it.
We try to alleviate the anxiety.
Right.
And constantly push and go. And we're in a ball of anxiety here with everybody because everyone's trying to learn and go. And you remember what it was like in the bit early on, right?
Remember what it's like now. But you guys have created this atmosphere that I walked into and it was like, this is cool. I like this. I like this a lot. And it feels artistic. It feels that you're fostering this. And I just love the show. I love to watch it. From New York, yeah.
We love having you with us. Can we get another song from you guys?
I don't think we prepared anything. Oh, you just did that. Can we take a break and figure it out?
Let's see what we can figure out. Hopefully more to come, more music with Baxton and Rob Evans. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
No, let's not do it again. What else do you want to do, buddy?
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like people, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life.
Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight, guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as if they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday, and suddenly, why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
That is very nice. Very
That
nice.
is amazing. I have to. I'm just watching the two of you together. You know, there's nothing like the love for a parent for a child, but when it's your nephew or your niece, it's the next best thing, other than a grandparent,
We're a
because
little closer than
it's
uncle
family,
and
right?
nephew. And Pat, you know, he inspires me, and hopefully I inspire him. So.
You do.
Well, that I know you do.
Every single day.
Because since he's been with us, he talks about you all the time and his passion for singing and how he looks up to you and admires everything you do. So 100%, I watch you, Rob, look at him, and it's just amazing to see what's really important in life.
What's really important, Dawn.
Right?
Yes, baby. Exactly.
That's what it is. It comes down to family and good health and
Always.
those things
That's
that you
it.
keep together.
So all of this stuff, you know, I even tell cab drivers that in the city. That I'm like, how you doing, man? You okay? That doesn't, that guy right there that's in front of you that's pissing you off doesn't matter. Does not matter. Nothing really matters.
Anyone can
But you are
see.
absolutely amazing. We are so excited that you're here with us, and then
Thank
we
you.
get to go tonight to the Spanish River
I'm
concert.
very excited. Yeah, we'll pull out all the stops.
Boundless virtuosity.
People are writing in. Frank says Broadway at the
Frank
cafe.
should come with us.
Tracy says unbelievable love. You know, it's just a giving. And he's always been that way. You know, he has taken us in as his extended family. And there's an old saying, I think Freddie Mercury said, if they sing your words to your song, you become a somebody. Well, you know, when he's not here, the first thing that comes to mind is,
We miss him.
where's Braxton? Is he here today? Because he comes in on certain days and certain days he doesn't. So that is, and there's some of the stuff. Some of the good stuff that goes
Charlotte,
on.
you should come too. Broadway at the Brooklyn Cafe tonight at Spanish River Church, 8 o'clock. Boundless virtuosity for Charlotte and Frank and everyone who's writing in. Join us. We're going to be there.
Unbelievable. And again, you guys put this together. I didn't know because I was so focused on what I had to do this morning. I didn't realize who was coming. This house always wanted to have it be a Broadway house because I grew up in New York. I went to Broadway shows. I got to see a wedding at Katz for the singer. And I try to explain to the crew about the curtains and that whole feel when you walk into a Broadway house. And here you are, you're part of that whole fabric, which I find amazing. Always found it amazing growing up in New York and going back and forth and seeing all the shows, whether it's one time or 10 years or whatever. I must have seen Cats like 10 times. I mean, I was an addict
There
to
is
Broadway.
nothing. Broadway is amazing. I can only imagine what it's like on the other side. The orchestra pit. I mean, everything about it is just a once in a lifetime when you get to experience it, to see the shows.
And then we offer people escape, and everybody needs that, don't we? You know?
Absolutely.
But you're doing it again tonight. What's even more amazing is the ticket prices are affordable for everybody. A lot of the theaters down here, the prices have just skyrocketed.
Have they?
Kravis Center, Broward Center, you can't get in for a ticket for under $350.
Yeah, but the wait is a little long too because they're coming back strong in droves.
Ticket prices are for
Wow.
regular people or people who want to go and enjoy or take your family. It's become very, very
Well,
pricey.
that's the problem with Broadway too. But
Yes.
the thing about Broadway is that, you know, we've got these small houses, and we don't have the real estate to have a Kravitz Center audience or Broward Center audience. And I like the Spanish River space. I don't know what it seats exactly. I know it's over 1,000.
It
but
looks pretty large.
It still feels intimate.
I didn't even
1,000
know.
intimate.
I didn't even 1,000. I didn't even know there was a theater in
Listen,
Spanish
I used to
River.
perform at TSO in front of 10,000 a night. You know, so it was that 1,000 is intimate.
But TSO, that's just amazing in itself. Everything about it, the music, the singing, and how it all comes together. You can't anything but escape. It just has to take you someplace magical, and that's the beauty of the arts. And unfortunately, we lose a lot of it, right? The funding for the arts, for music, arts keeps going down and down. It's taken away from schools, which is we got to interview an artist last week, and she was amazing to get back to the kids.
We
right?
got to
This was your escape. You got to go, pay your bills, but something you always loved to do.
It's important.
It is. We got to see the artist on Saturday. You got to see the artist yesterday. So every day, if you can keep this going every day, the momentum will grow. You know, everybody in New York is coming down here to live. So this
Yes,
is
they are. Yes, they are.
And they've come down from the West Coast. They've come from anywhere there's been fires and things of that nature. They're coming down here. So maybe, just maybe, we can keep the artist stuff going. I didn't even know there was a theater on Spanish River.
I think that's where your grandson goes to school.
Well, it's named the Spanish River Church, but it's definitely a theater. It's a traditional theater, not a church with pews or anything
Yeah,
like
but
that. It's a theater.
It's crazy because I was there last night during rehearsal, and it's spectacular. It's
Did
got
you
like
enjoy it?
It's like, oh my goodness. I mean, it lasted quite a while, and honestly, I could have had it last longer.
Well, no,
'Cause
it was
I
3.5 hours, but that's not the length of the show. The show's under 2 hours.
That's how
I
much he
agree.
loves you.
But it was a long rehearsal,
Yeah, because
and he sat through it.
I was
so.
just sitting there listening to the orchestra play, and it was.
Well, and you've got something for everybody. So I'm doing, Procol Harum, I'm doing Water Shaded Pale, because that's based on Bach, Air on a G string. Yeah, da 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 da. That's Bach. Or we're doing O Solo Mio, but and then I break into Elvis. It's Now or Never. It's the same tune. And All by Myself, the Eric Carmen written, and then Celine Dion took it to a different level. Is really Rachmaninoff.
Theater, there's nothing like it.
But
Always
the
said
way he
it.
puts it in perspective, right? He can take the rock side of it, and he looks at the theatrical, the underlying of what it really is, which is why Rocktopia is going to be so unbelievable. Because
No,
it
it's
takes
great. The audiences
classics
love it because I give them. I'm a kid of the 70s and 80s. And I grew up with. I was on the end of Zeppelin but my bands are like Journey and Queen and Foreigner and I always wanted to be those guys. I wanted to be Lou Gramm. I wanted to be Steve Perry, but I sounded like Pavarotti. Standing in the rain.
What a
So
voice.
it was just but I found a world the way to connect it to, and because we're taking a song that you guys might know, like I Want to Know What Love Is, and fusing it with maybe Rachmaninoff, it's cool. And because I do it with full symphonies, when I was going and doing symphony concerts for doing just like the Broadway stuff, Music of the Night from Phantom, or This Is the Moment from the show I was in, Jekyll and Hyde, they get tired of playing just whole notes all the time. They're trained to play those masterworks, those classical pieces. And by bringing Rocktopia, I was able to give them those classical pieces, but give the audience the payoff that put butts in the seats, because the symphony classical audiences are dying off.
Yeah, it is sad.
It's a different genre, right? It's a different generation.
Yeah.
It's all different. But if you could keep someone like Baxton to promote it, then you're good.
Well, and the kids like the retro. They like the classic rock. I mean, We're the Champions. It's going to go on way beyond our lifetimes.
That's true.
Just like Beethoven's Fifth. Da 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 da. It's going to outlive us all.
All of us. Knew your kids in the theater business?
My oldest is an actor in L.A. and doing really great. He's debuted his acting career on CBS with a TV show called Bull, and he wanted to be a singer like his dad, but then he realized that wasn't his gift, and I'm glad he found that on his own. Camera loves him, and he's done a lot of films.
Really
and then my middle son is in London and finishing up vet school, and then my youngest just graduated film school at Emerson in Boston.
Your son is in Bull?
He was in Bull.
He was in Bull.
He was in
one of
episode
my
of Bull.
favorite shows.
Great show, right?
Oh my God. yes.
Crazy.
Great show. Emerson's a great school, and vet school. You can't beat it. What a
Yeah,
family.
I'm very. They're kind of like big and little brothers to him. So yeah.
Well, you are blessed. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well,
It has
thanks for
been
your time. I really enjoyed it.
Such a pleasure to meet you, Rob Evans. Baxton, thank you so much for singing for us and singing with your uncle
you,
and bringing
guys.
him on the show. We're going to be there tonight, 8 o'clock, Spanish River Church. Check it out, SpanishRiverChurch.org. Tickets are available tonight and tomorrow night, 8 o'clock concert time. Tomorrow, Mass are mandatory. Tonight, Mass are optional. It is a beautiful, beautiful concert hall. Wait till you see the layout of these seats. Seats over 1,000 people.
it's
Tickets
humongous.
are available. Come join us. We're going
Not
to
a
be
bad
there.
seat either in the place.
When you're looking, you can see every
Yeah,
seat is good.
Really, really, really great.
And totally, they're catering to our audience. So if you need an aisle, if you need visually impaired, hearing impaired, each seat is marked for whatever you need. Great
It's going to be a
venue.
fun night.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. Swap it up, switch it up. Talk to Sally, talk to Karen, see what's going on. Call Me Zine is coming up today at 3 o'clock. So stay tuned, more to come, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let Ant2 TV help get you there.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now, you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
If you served in the Marine Corps, by now you know about the contaminated water problem at Camp Lejeune. If you were stationed or worked at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987, you probably have a lot of questions. We have some answers. You could be entitled to compensation. Billions of dollars are being allocated to pay for damages to anyone stationed at Camp Lejeune during that time. Unfortunately, it appears that officials may have known the contaminated water problem existed and did little to protect their men. The Semper Fi code was not honored. If you or someone in your family has developed a serious illness, including various forms of cancer, call this Camp Lejeune legal support line right now. You can't turn back the clock and change what happened, but you can certainly call right now and learn your rights as a Marine. Here's the number:
Call 855-993-2180. That's 855-993-2180. Again, 855-993-2180.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Video's better.
Got nothing to say. Wow. Speechless.
What a show, right?
Speechless. And you know, being in the arts is not easy. And Sally's in the arts. We're in the arts. Your daughter's in the arts. It's never easy because words of discouragement, they flow because people worry about you, not because they don't think you have any talent, but they say, you know, you got to pay bills, you got to have gas in your car, you got to eat, yada, yada, yada. You can't get married, especially if you're a guy. I mean, there's all of this stuff.
What a voice.
That comes out. But man, the man has 5 stars. Not only the voice, he also is creative with what he's doing with it.
Creating the Broadway show, what a voice and what an uncle. Baxton just admires him and loves him. I'm excited that we're going to be there tonight, the opportunity to go see this concert.
I appreciate it.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, oh my gosh. One of my favorites, but most people don't know because it's not one of the top of it. Oh, let's listen to this unless you're listening to TSO.
They were big in the day. My brother sent me an album with them at the time that they were big. And you know, there's always these shifts and moves in music. He also produced Kendra's song from New York City, which we didn't even talk about that.
From Wicked, I know, I wasn't sure if he wanted to go there or not, but from Wicked, he was her producer. Isn't that funny?
It's a Broadway piece. It is what it is, and the video is outstanding.
With Konstantin Maroulis.
Outstanding.
Tune in Cooking Up Chaos on Saturdays, and there you have it.
Oh, look, they're putting my splashes.
Tomorrow we're going to be at Lynn University. We had a lot going on.
Lynn University gave us an exclusive private showing with interns and everything else at the school.
That's exciting. So we'll be there from 10:30 to 12:30. But before that, we need to check in with our resident psychic and medium and see what's happening. What do the angels have to say today, Sally?
All good as usual. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be sitting here.
How'd you like the music?
I loved it. I loved it. And anything by the Beatles, too. They were amazing, both of them. That was something. If I had a voice, that's what I'd be doing. But no one would listen to my singing. It's terrible.
I know.
But I love that.
If only we had a voice.
I have no voice. I am completely tone deaf.
Yeah, but look what you do. You speak to the angels and you get to share everything. And I told you, I'm very grateful what you told me on Friday because it helped me put a little bit into perspective. Could have been a whole lot worse, Freddie.
Yes, it was important for me to do that too because I spoke to you as soon as I walked in, right? Yeah, I didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew I had to tell you that.
And it's funny because you do sing. You just sing a different note because you do what you do. All of us can sing.
That's
we all
true.
have gifts.
Yeah, but I get to sing in the car now, and Steve has to listen to me, so.
That's what it's all about. And Karen plays the piano and sings. She hasn't done it in a little while, so but she plays the piano when she comes in here for us as well. What'd you think of what you heard today?
They were really good. I really enjoyed.
It's admiring, isn't it?
Yes. What a voice.
What a voice, but you see the love that they have for each other.
Yeah,
it's overwhelming to feel it. And you gotta be here to feel it. The way he looks at his nephew and the way, it's just this whole thing going on. It was unreal.
Yeah, that's what the feel is. It's more than the music. It's more than the art. It's more than them singing together. It's the feel of what they do for each other, what they mean to each other. That's what's so special, and that we got to have it here and all of it. He just loved the space. He said, you know what? Keep it the way you have it. He said most of the studios that he is with, no one knows they're even there. He said they're in little alcoves, they're off to the side, no one's making a big hubbubaloo about it. You just keep it quiet and keep doing what you're doing.
And we must be doing something right.
So
we couldn't even get a sign.
He said, don't. He said, you're doing it right.
Really? Well, coming from him.
He said, you're doing it right. Leave it, just like Sally says, leave it the way it is. Listen, the angels have led us to where we are. Got it.
I was actually crying with the second song they sung It brought tears to my eyes. That feeling, you have to be in the studio,
Right.
I think, to
It
really
overwhelms you,
feel
doesn't
that.
it?
It was amazing. Yeah.
He had me tearing on the first song.
Amazing.
And it was not the song, it was the way they did it together.
Yes, yes. there
Because
was
we only
something-
wish the best for Baxter.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
That was tough. That was really, really tough. You know, I went to the eye doctor and I met new friends there who watched the show. Rocco from up on top when we were at the other studio. So the word is getting out and more people want to come in, but that's what changes the whole concept. That's what plays are so different from movies, because they're actually giving you a little bit of them every time they sing or dance, which is amazing.
So our gift to you, it was their gift to us, and we get to share it. We've got Call Me Zena today at 3 o'clock. Karen, you going to be here?
Yes.
Awesome. Karen's going to do some pieces for us. We've got the Latin Hustle coming with Karen. Karen, when are we airing that again?
Thursday,
Friday?
she has a set. There might be one before Thursday, but Thursday definitely you're going to have a doctor to interview. And we're bringing her a little slow because, you know, you say, oh, Karen, I was afraid because I didn't want to throw it all at once at her because there's a lot of moving pieces to it.
But she's doing great.
Doing fantastic.
All right, more to come. If you want to join us tonight, if you want to get concert tickets for tonight or tomorrow night, this is, you talk about all points, the amazing talent that is coming forward in our community for tonight and tomorrow night at Spanish River Church. 8 o'clock, tickets are on sale. You can get it at SpanishRiverChurch.org. I've never been to this venue, but I'm really excited to be there and to hear this music.
Support the arts. I don't even know where to go.
So check it out. More to come. Have a great afternoon, everyone. If you're in the area, come on into the studio for Call Me Zena, or always call into the studio at 888-994-4995 Studio A. And we'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.